So I think the original question we got out of it, can you do something outside of your major? Oh hell yeah.
فاجى عنا الجيم.
مين؟
قلت لك ولا لا؟ كان عندي اول جيم قديم في البيت فوق. We got a new set.
Oh really?
full.
Nice.
كل شيء. It has everything. تعرف السميث ماشين نفسها بس فيها كيبل وفيها
Has everything like a
كله.
multiple.
بول اب بار الدبس.
وين جيتوا دبي؟
ايوه طاري جابوا شيبينج.
كم طلعت عليكم؟
جبناها ب 5000.
It's cheap. It's very
اشتراك الجيم كم ب 4000.
exactly. أقول لك it's very affordable.
وجبنا معاه التريدميل كمان.
خلاص أنت you don't need a gym anymore.
اروح ساعة، اروح نص ساعة او 20 دقيقة، ورك اوت ساعة، شاور، جاكوزي. كم راح مني وقت؟ ساعتين ثلاثة.
صح. هيك أحسن.
and no excuses.
No, it's literally upstairs.
No excuses.
It's 1 minute away in your boxers.
Faisal, how are you today?
I am pretty good.
Today, right now. What do you feel?
I feel
Nervous?
excited. I feel it's not actually my first time doing a one-on-one interview like that.
Okay.
I recently did one. I think you saw it with Aramco and stuff. The Activa. It's all. It was,
yeah.
it was all
On
over LinkedIn. Yeah. So I'm used to now the atmosphere that comes with it. So it's not too bad. Yeah. You get a little bit of butterflies and adrenaline rush, which is great. I love that feeling.
شوية stress, you know?
Stress is a big word. But I guess some people could get stressed out in these kind of situations. And the thing is, I actually love talking to people and making, new friendships, new connections. Just talking. I like to view myself as a people's guy. I'm not your typical in the corner guy in my own room doing my own thing on the computer reading a book. أنا العكس تماما. أنا أحب أطلع أخذ وأعطي أتعرف. That makes sense.
You know, the nice thing is everyone has a story. Everyone has a story.
Oh yeah.
يعني بالصدفة كمان امبارح كنت مع أمير تيسير، رحنا مسيمو بعدين زارة بعدين H&M بالفيتنج روم. تعرفنا على واحد كان مشغل أغاني توباك. وقعدنا نحكي معاه وأغاني وإيش تسمع. فيعني everywhere you go everyone has a story.
See, this is a funny story. It brings بتذكرني how did I land my first job.
Let's go. Okay.
How I landed my first job was literally through the craziest, the randomest person you could ever think of. He was a friend, not a very close friend. We were in the same camp in KFUPM. And he called me out of the blue for lunch.
This is after graduation?
This is after graduation. So let me go rewind back and tell you what happened. After I graduated from PMU, civil engineer, I went on a vacation with one of my boys. We went to Cairo, بعدين رحنا شرم الشيخ, and we spent there like a week or two. خلصنا وهيك ورجعت. I was still like applying here and there. I wasn't applying very aggressively, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was just, taking a break, just enjoying this magnificent achievement انك تخرجت من الجامعة, which is bullshit. No, I take that back. It's not bullshit. It's a great achievement. بس يعني لما تشوف الحياة شو قدامك تضحك اللي عملته أنت, عرفت? Not taking anything for granted. بالعكس, not everyone can graduate from engineering school.
Not everyone, not just engineering. Some people don't even go to university.
Oh yeah, definitely. And some of them even who go to university and graduate, or go to engineering school and graduate, They don't have the best GPAs. Some of them are relatives, some of them are friends, some of them are يعني بدون ذكر اسماء. My point is it's not that easy. And it's not that hard either. It is challenging, but yeah. So anyway, this guy called Zahir Islam. He's originally from Bangladesh, American. He was working with this company called Amian Teeth. That's actually where I worked. And he told me, oh yeah, فيصل مبروك تخرج. قلت له الله يبارك فيك ما أعرف إيش. قال لي, are you still looking for a job? Like, I am. Tell you what, send me your CV. Let me see what I can do. I'm like, okay. I didn't expect anything from him. I was actually applying لحالي through يعني, websites and everything. I wasn't asking for any help. And the places I was applying, actually, I don't know why. Don't ask me. I was applying to Halliburton, Schlumberger, all these places. That has nothing to do with civil engineering, oil and gas. I just did. I don't know why. So he came through. He got me an interview. I was like, oh, all right, great. I got an interview with the director of business development and marketing, Ad May, and that vacancy wasn't very urgent. But because of Zahir's good relationship with that guy said, bring him, let me see, maybe he's good. He wasn't expecting much. Sat down, broke the ice, the chemistry was amazing. We kept talking and talking and talking. He asked me about my education, what kind of voluntarily work I've done, all that stuff.
The volunteering, is it that important in finding a good job?
Well, there's two things when an employer looks at your CV when you're a fresh grad. It's your major, obviously, from where you graduated, your GPA, and any volunteering you've done, because that's the only thing he can see and assess. So what I'm trying to say, after you get some kind of experience in the first year, volunteering is not important anymore. It's just important at first. It's not very important, it's a bonus. It's a very nice bonus. It shows that you work, you're not lazy, you're willing to do whatever it takes. It gives a good impression. So anyway, yeah, I sat down with him. He liked me. I liked him. He asked me a couple questions in the business world even. I always had a knack for business for some reason. I know I never went into business, but yet my mind always worked like a business guy. So in my electives, I also went for business courses. Okay. So I went for macroeconomics and microeconomics, engineering economy. I had to take it.
We also had
engineering economy you have to take as an engineer. But I took MA and MI, microeconomics, and I loved it. So we kind of got connected there. He liked me, hired me on the spot. He told me, you got the job. Like, all right, great.
تعرف يعني honestly في كنت أسمع دكاترة كانوا يقولوا لنا إنه usually you pick a job based on your electives.
Oh wow.
فأنا ما صدقت.
No, that's pretty true. But يمكن probably قصده إنه based on the electives of the major.
Exactly.
So
he kept it just general. يعني
okay.
He said for us if you picked an elective in management, you're most likely to find a job in management.
Correct. بس أنا كان عندي civil engineering electives. That's something. وعندي كان social science elective. So I had to take 2 electives outside my major.
Okay.
And I had to take like 3 or 4 civil engineering electives. I mean, you're correct. In the outside of my major elective, I went for economics, business, and stuff. But in my specific engineering electives, I think I went for geotechnical. Yeah, that's not your favorite, I can tell. And the second one, I went for. Damn, I can't remember. I think environmental engineering.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. As you know, civils, there's similarities with building engineering a lot. At the same time, come on, it's a little bit different. So, pretty sure you know that already.
You know, the problem with like a very niche course like building engineering, it's difficult to explain it to someone.
Yes.
يعني خلاص أنا I gave up. Anyone ask me, I'm an architect. ولا تزعل.
خلاص مشينا.
I'm an architect.
No, the easy way of saying, not a lot of people are familiar with the new terminology, a building engineer. I think a lot of people know it as a structural engineer or an architectural
Yep.
engineer. حتى structure شوي it's civil أكتر. And it's an architectural engineer. But a lot of people still شو اسمه what's the word I'm looking for؟ ما بيفرقوا between an architect and an architectural engineer. And
صح.
I can understand the frustration for a guy like you. Like, bro, I went into engineering school. I'm not a freaking ما عم برسم. I'm more than that. Yeah.
هو to keep it simple you can say انه an architect, just a simple architect in different countries, it's either in the College of Arts or in the College of Architecture الحالة. Rarely is it in the is it in engineering or in sciences. يعني for example for us it's bachelor ايش اسمه BSc, Bachelor of
BSc,
Science,
Bachelor of Science.
in Building Engineering. ف usually an architect it's either in the College of Architecture لحالها, it's BArch, or it's Bachelor of Art. فهذا this is يعني strictly he's an artist, he's a creative individual. That's an architect.
Yes.
Architectural engineer is that minus the art but plus all the engineering bits.
Yes.
But this is where I'm at.
Exactly. And how I because I get asked sometimes the same thing. I know what's the difference between an architect and an architectural engineer. In simple terms, for a guy, especially who's not an engineer, I tell him an architectural engineer is literally the person that does all the mathematical stuff to make that building stand. But not only stand, but he also completes everything for you to make that building ready to be lived in. And he does the electrical stuff for it. He does the HVAC for it, stuff for it. He does everything A to Z. On the other hand, Anna, as a civil engineer, I could do everything that he does minus the electricity, minus the HVAC, plumbing. No, I'm gonna show you the dead loads, the seismic load, the all that stuff, the structural analysis of a building, the concrete, everything out of it. I can show you that. أكتر من هيك, that's not my bread and butter.
Do you think it's possible يعني for a civil engineer or for an architect to move away from his field?
Oh,
This is the major topic of today's أصلاً podcast.
it's funny that you bring it up. You're talking to a guy who has a civil engineering degree, a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in one of the best universities in Saudi Arabia. And I didn't barely make it, alhamdulillah. I graduated with 3.2 out of 4 GPA. Not the best, not bad, above average, definitely above average, pretty good. And then I went and did a construction engineering and management master's degree, Master of Science. Not a Master of Engineering, a Master's of Science in Construction Engineering and Management, which is tougher.
And you're a scientist.
I'm a meaning that I have to come up with a thesis. I have to come up with an added value in the industry. I cannot just use one of the tools or topics that I've learned in the degree and just apply it. No, I have to enhance, improve things, if that makes sense. We could talk about what's the difference of a Master of Science and a Master of Engineering later on. So I did that, and I'm almost 4 out of 4. So I'm a 3.92 out of 4 GPA actually.
In KFPM
In
كمان.
KFUPM.
ما شاء الله.
Saying all that, I don't use jack shit out of it. And that's the funny part. Not from my civil engineering, maybe a little bit, but definitely not from construction engineering and management. So to answer your question,
Why did you choose it?
okay,
You know, because if you were working in M&T
yeah.
as a business
Development
developer,
engineer.
and then you picked your master's, right?
Yes.
So why not marketing?
Not going at the
Accounting,
MBA, accounting,
MBA,
something business. Makes
right?
perfect sense. So the main reason why I went to construction engineering and management, believe it or not, because I saw, because that was the major. So we were talking about civil engineering, and and your professor said these electives that you pick are most probably that are gonna define your career لقدام صح؟ So in my time in civil engineering back in PMU, construction management was wow.
Okay.
Why? Because you know, you probably know this because you took probably a couple of construction management courses like cost estimation or whatever, and
All of them.
because they combine engineering and business together. And
Exactly.
that to me was sexy. Like, this is perfect. This is Faisal Al-Ratrout. This is me. That defines my personality. I'm not your typical pure business guy, and I'm not your typical. I'm sorry, this might be offensive to some people. Your nerd on the software that's living 24/7 and knowing and having experience with every kind of software that the market they're launching. I'm not that kind of guy. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I have a lot of friends who are close to me are like that, and I salute them. I salute them, but that's not me. I'm in a little bit of in the middle. To answer the question, I went into business for 2 years, business development engineer. Uh, After these 2 years, actually, some changes happened in the company that I didn't like. Basically, they stopped focusing a lot on business development and marketing, and they wanted to basically just focus on sales, 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 sales. And they wanted me they wanted me
Sorry.
to switch into sales,
Okay.
pure sales. And my thing was, and I was more than more than just a sales guy. I used to be viewed as a technical guy back in my company. So I knew a lot about our products. I understood it from a technical standpoint. I used commercial principles and technical principles to expand our market share.
Okay.
I met great big companies like NWC, National Water Company, the Ministry of Housing, the even Nesman Partners, Parsons. All these people were
Wow.
like mega people. You know what I'm saying? So ما حبيت وين my ladder was خلينا نقول ما حسيت في تحسن فوق كتير كبير within the company, and that kind of made me reconsider again going to something I liked back in my bachelor days, which is construction management. So I said, perfect, I have 2 years of experience. I understood a lot of business, things that they never taught me back in my bachelor degree days. So tell you what, I'm going to go to a Master of Science, Construction Management. I'll try to finish it in ASAP. And أول ما أخلص منها 80%, I'm going to start applying for jobs again and test the market.
So you quit your job and
Yes.
then you started university.
Yes. Full time.
2 years.
Yes.
So 2 years. Do you think it's also possible to work and study at the same time?
I did that. So I did that for almost a year now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So to answer your
Well, do you
question,
think a bit too much of a headache?
it's not too much, but it's definitely
Tougher.
tough.
Okay.
It depends on your major. It depends what you want to study as a master. It depends طبيعة عملك أنت في الشركة. هل كتير متعب or is it just an office job؟ حتى أحيانا في just an office job sometimes ممكن يكون متعب كتير. عندك responsibilities كتير. عندك متطلبات deliverables كتير. يمكن you're a manager. You have a lot of people you have to. It depends on the environment that you're working in. But it's definitely not easy. But I did it. It wasn't easy either. It wasn't easy for me because كمان I actually I quit my job and I got my master's, finished 80% of it. I started listening to offers. I wasn't applying, listening. People were still calling me. They wanted me to work. Yes.
Okay.
One of the companies that wanted me, without saying names, it was a competitor to my old company, a major competitor, and they wanted me to be a marketing manager in Riyadh.
Okay.
And they gave me a pretty nice salary, 30, 30, 35.
Wow.
35% increment on my original salary. But I said no. because I don't want to move to Riyadh because of my masters. I'm doing my masters. So I said no. Until ما خلصت big chunk my masters, my current company called me, PPE, Precision Polymer Engineering. They called me. I don't know how they contacted me. They told me, oh, we have a vacancy as a sales engineer. I'm like, I wasn't interested in being a sales engineer because I'm doing construction management. I'm in love with this major. I'm doing great at it. I'm having fun at it. But I've learned something, and I'll never say no to interviews. Never ever say no. Even for a vacancy you're not interested in, go and take the interview. Prepare for the interview, صح, and do your part. Then when you get an offer, then say no. Hatta if the offer was great, bad, whatever. Just take the opportunity because the interviews will teach you a lot. It's a great experience. Great experience. So that was my approach. And shuf, just to prove to you, I could have said no, I'm not interested in a sales engineer. I did the interview with a couple guys. I had 3 interviews. عديت الأولى، عديت الثانية، عديت الثالثة.
With PPE.
PPE. الثالثة قالوا لي we don't see you as a sales engineer.
Wow.
We see you as a materials engineer. I was like, oh shoot. Actually, this is perfect. I don't want to be a sales engineer.
Okay.
That's why I quit my first company anyway, because they wanted me to go into pure sales. Because they saw me back in my old company. I have the expertise. I know the market. I understand my products, so I'll probably make a lot of sales. But I didn't want to do that.
Is it you didn't want to go there because you didn't like sales?
Yes.
But and I always heard that if you want good money, always go to sales.
So they say that
Because the more you
the
sell,
commission.
أيوة.
Exactly. They say that because of the commission. But so don't get me wrong. I have nothing against being in sales. I could consider it. But back in my previous position with my first company, I was higher than a sales engineer. I was always with the CEOs, with the directors. I was, and كان عندي الحمد لله a very good reputation. I was always with the executives and stuff. And that's because of my boss that I'm very close to right now. He's one of my best friends ever. He quit that job as well. And actually, believe it or not, I am bringing him to my company now,
PPE.
to PPE, and he's going to become a manager.
MashaAllah.
So it's crazy how life works. But yeah, where were we going? I forgot.
We're talking about sales. So the
Yeah.
third interview.
Yeah, so yeah, they saw me, they liked the fact that I'm doing a master's degree, and they liked so because of I'm doing a master's degree, they were under the impression ان اوكي هذا الانسان شكله بيحب كتير يتعلم، شكله كتير بيحب يدرس ويتعلم and test stuff. And PPE, Precision Polymer Engineering, that company scope basically is sealing solutions for critical applications. So things, they manufacture O-rings, gaskets, sealing solutions made from rubber, from different types of rubber, very high-tech, high-performance rubber for critical applications, critical sectors. So saying that, ما في أي حدا بالسعودية بيعمل هالشيء. Technology مش موجود في السعودية, sector مش موجود في السعودية, and that's why they came to السعودية. ليه عم بحكي لك هالحكي كله؟ عم بحكي لك هالحكي كله لأنه الجوب اللي بدهم يعطوني إياه ما في حدا بيفهم فيه، ما في حدا عنده اكسبيرينس في السعوديه وبدهم سعوديين. فشافوني بما انه انا انسان حسوا من شخصيتي اني بحب اتعلم، I'm willing اني اتعلم. كيف شافوا هالشيء؟ من خلال انه عم بدرس ماجستير ولسه عم بدرس وبدي اتعلم، وشافوا my experience back in my previous company that didn't have something very direct to do with my degree. قالوا شكله هالانسان بحب يتعلم، شكله اذا اعطيناه المقومات، الادوات، the tools عشان يتعلم, we think he's gonna do it. So you know what, Faisal, بدنا اياك تكون a technical guy. We want you to be a materials engineer. Are you interested? I read about the job description. I did some research. I loved it. So I accepted. The salary was great, alhamdulillah. It was still in Dammam, so I can complete my master's. I'm just 30 minutes away from home. That's not the best, but it's not the worst. Some people work in freaking Ras Al Khair, freaking Al Jubail. So to me, it just checked a lot of my boxes. So I accepted. And they were very understanding, very supporting in my master's degree. ما قالوا لي انه مثلا
Work is more important.
لا قالوا لي بالعكس بدك days off take days off بدك تطلع بكير اطلع بكير we understand we want you to finish it so when a company is treating you like that you develop loyalty with them you want to do more than what they ask you to do and that's what exactly happens
Wow.
yeah so I think the original question we got out of it can you do something outside of your major oh hell yeah without a doubt I'm a firm believer your degree is just a key to enter the market. It's just something that says Khalid بيفهم فيصل بيفهم بيقدر يدبر حاله.
تعرف انه في ناس بيقولوا انه having a university degree it looks to the employer and the first thing that they notice حتى subconsciously is that this guy is committed to a 5-year
Program.
contract
Contract.
and is willing to come day in and day out.
Put the hard work in.
Study.
Just make it happen.
Just having a degree is a sign to the employer that this person is willing to put in the work, put in the time.
Exactly. I mean,
without even thinking about what major, you know?
Exactly.
Just the concept.
مليون بالمية. I 100% agree with you. Just let's put it this way. Every day الحياة عم تتطور. فكر فيها in simple terms. إذا بتدخل جامعة for 5, 4, 6 years, whatever you want to call it, or مهما كانت المدة, there is no way in hell ممكن تقتنع انه هال5 سنين حتعلمك كل شيء على اساس تأدي
This was my problem.
شغلك.
This was my problem.
مستحيل. هي بس الجامعة the educational system in university is designed for you to give you foundations. خالد بيفهم mathematics, بيفهم physics, بيفهم engineering, fundamentals of engineering. وين ما بتحطه عندك foundation. Think about it as a building. You have a soil, soil capacity بتتحمل. ما بدك تطلع فوق أطول برج خليفة عليك أنت تقدر تبني بس أهم شيء عندك قاعدة قوية. قديش بدك تطلع فوق هذا الشيء بينك وبين حالك. قديش تشتغل على حالك. It's literally like that. هو أهم شيء يكون عندك foundation. That's all it is. And that's what engineering does. It gives you pretty good. حتى if you weren't a great student. بما انك عديت engineering حتكون على الأقل average guy in math, average guy in المواد العلمية. بتدبر حالك.
أو يعني better than most people in. صح؟
أنا بخاف أحكي هيك شيء. بخاف إنه ما أعرف. I need to look at statistics. But my point is, you're definitely will challenge anyone.
تعرف
They
كمان؟
can't take you for granted. إنسان مهندس انحكيت في البلاط, you know.
مسح فيك الأرض.
مسح في هيك وصرت معتوه وموسوس ف they cannot يعني bet against you. No way.
You know كمان they say also that engineers بالذات they have the problem solving abilities.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's not your major ولا this is not your field, at least you have the knowledge on what to do to solve a specific problem.
Exactly. We took a course back in PMU called critical thinking and problem solving. It was a pretty nice course. It just taught you how to think out of the box, how to deal with problems, how to break down the problem step by step. And you had to take it if you wanted to go into any engineering discipline.
Okay.
Yeah. عشان تفكر as an engineer you have to be a critical thinker. مثلا in anything, if you took calculus ما عم تنحل معك المسألة. طيب let me try this. حلت اوكي perfect. Let me try this. ما انحلت اوكي تطلع فوق. When did I miss a sign? Did I miss what? Is this the formula that? يعني engineering, in my opinion, makes you develop a systematic kind of way of thinking, chronological way of type of thinking, and being a critical thinker. إنسان مرتب, إنسان very abided by a rule, by a process you need to go by. ما منك فوق وتحت, عرفت, systematic كتير و critical thinker. مو انه خلاص طبقت القانون هذا طلع معي, طبقت القانون طلع معك value, طب بس does this value make sense؟ والله الفاليو كبير كتير, خليني اراجع ثاني مرة.
صح انه sometimes انه exactly 100%. مثلا تخيل you're solving something, مثلا you're solving the height of a human, بيطلع لك الجواب 4 متر
70 متر 4 متر. طيب
is this logical?
is this logical? But I did the steps all right. أكيد there's something going on. See, not nothing against any other major, but other majors, I don't think they have that kind of approach. خلاص هذا هو وهذا الحل وهذا اللي تعلمت عليه, خلاص السلام عليكم. لازم شوي تكون مفتح أكتر, you know. Don't get me wrong. Some of these people in other majors, maybe they develop that because they have high IQ أصلاً. هن شاطرين, سبحان الله, خلقت الله. أو they went to very great universities دربوهم على هالشيء, or تعلموا in a habitat ببيئة تطوروا هذا الشيء عندهم تلقائي. بس in engineering أنت تدرس تكون هيك أصلاً, ما حتعدي إلا إذا صرت هيك. That's the difference شوي, which is pretty cool.
Yes, alhamdulillah. You know, I want to go back, man, again to the changing careers, you know.
Yeah.
Because this topic, man, it interests me personally. فأنا currently, I've told you this before,
Yeah.
I'm locked in with a contract
Yeah.
with my company, office, you can say. بس, يعني I don't think this is my calling, you know. And even before I entered university, I always wanted to study something related to business, because I think I'm more interested in that.
You know what? Not to cut you off. Your family, and I remember bits and pieces of memories we had together growing up. One of them, you always had the knack of how can I make money. You always had that knack. Subhanallah, هيك لا إراديا فجأة أوكي بدي أبيع الجوال هذا, بدي هذا, طيب بدي أعمل my brand of clothing, بدي أفتح سجل تجاري. It's always, no, that's very nice. You have fire under the seat and no, I want to make money. That's a business
Very
mind.
interesting.
That's a business mind. Actually, when you went into building engineering, I was kind of surprised. I know إحنا us Arabs, and specifically
Medicine, engineering.
خاصة عائلتنا
بس.
مع عمتي رندا ويعني بيناتنا في عائلتنا. أنت شو اسمه you're successful in life, يا طبيب يا مهندس, أي شيء غير you know. جاهل exactly, which is unfortunate لأنه صعب كتير تقنع كان هذا الكلام في حتى أبوي أو أبوك أو أمك أو خالتك أو عمتك أو whoever it is أو صاحبك, لا صاحبك يمكن أو أخوك. الحياة تغيرت. We're in 2023. Believe it or not, some other professions make a lot more than an engineer. And that's not كلام من فيصل عم يتفلسف. It's out there. Go and Google it. Go on what is it called? في ويب سايت بيقول لك الافريج سالري شو اسمه؟
جلف تالنت فيه وفي يا الله
عرفته صح؟
عرفته.
yeah. بتلاقي الانجينير مو يعني he's not bad, بالعكس he's always top 10 or top.
بس always compared to business majors, always engineering is much less compared to CEOs, business development, marketing.
Let me ask you this.
Much less.
Let me ask you this. How many times
and I'm 100% sure انه his job is twice as hard and شو اسمه half the salary
Who mean?
engineering
Than mean.
than CEOs ولا whatever.
Now, yeah, okay.
صح.
خلينا compare it specific. What kind of an engineer? How many years of experience? And what kind of business
You
role?
tell me, you take it, you tell me.
If you're talking about CEO, I have to disagree with you. A CEO is under the grill. He's under the grill.
Oof.
Yeah, ما أتوقع هالحكي. In my opinion, it's subjective.
Do you
but-
think every CEO with like a big six-figure salary deserves the big six-figure salary?
I think that's another topic.
والله احنا شطحنا شطحة.
عادي يا رجال. بس ما بعرف حسب شو السالري and شو his responsibilities and قديش شركته عم تعمل مصاري وقديش الامبلوي تحته رواتبهم. I think that's how you should look at it. إذا مثلا شركة صغيرة مثلا في شركات هيك في شركة small or medium السيو عم يعمل مثلا 100,000 ريال واللي تحته كله بالأربعة وخمسة آلاف ريال. How's that fair? وهن يعني اللي his failure or success is the people under him.
Exactly.
How's that fair? That's not fair. But at the other hand, if the CEO, he created teams. He built teams. He created teams. عم بيطلع على profitability تبعية شركته. He's investing with other companies, partnering with other companies. He's taking risks and he's a shot caller.
شوف, this is what يعني this is a boss ولا a manager I want to work under, because I know I'm still just a graduate now. Anything less than 2 years is still a graduate in my opinion, a fresh grad.
Some people حتى بيقولوا 3 years حتى.
Yeah. هلا انا جاني ايميل ارامكو انه the jobs they still call fresh graduates
Up to 3 years. Yes.
exactly. اهلا وسهلا ومرحبا.
عادي.
ف ايش كنت عم اقول؟
They call Aramco 3 years.
yeah. ف
Yes, أنا هلا just now I'm considered not a fresh grad.
okay. How many years of experience do you have?
3.
والله.
Yeah, 3 years
Okay.
so far.
Big
3
boy.
years so far. But what was the original question?
كنا عم نحكي انه CEOs وانجينيرز have the salary or the manager انه working under a good manager, a
Yeah.
good leader. But this is and I want to work under. Yeah, I was saying.
You wanted actually to switch careers at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're a business. You have the business mind,
يا رب.
and I think. How long is your contract? A year or 2?
2 years.
2 years.
I have 1.5 left.
1.5 left. 2 years is not much, and it's not little. It's perfect. 2 years. حتى لو أنت you don't want to carry on doing what you're doing at the company, حتعلمك هال 2 years كتير أشياء outside the job itself أصلاً. It's gonna teach you how to deal with coworkers. إذا لا سمح الله you have a toxic environment, how to deal with that, how to deal with people that don't really want the best for you at work. You're gonna deal with people who are trying to take advantage of you. You're gonna understand how to report to your boss, things you should say, things you shouldn't say, things in meetings, how to have a firm hand and تحكي بدون ما تخاف أو تتوتر. تعرف إمتى بتسكت and be strategic. All these things they don't teach you that in college or in university. So you could learn a lot from that. So don't think إنه هال 2 years اللي حتعملهم as a building engineer or design engineer, whatever you want to call it, راحت لا مبالاة. بالعكس, you can take a lot from it. Is it even if you went for like a أشطح job afterwards, like a freaking business analyst, for example. It doesn't mean anything. بالعكس, you will use that. I'm using my experience back in my previous company, in my current job. And my job is very technical now. My job is all about testing materials.
تعرف fun fact, there is a graduate from our university from my course, building engineer. Building engineer يعني is like an architect. طيب
Yep.
يعني closer to an architect. تعرف هلا شغال في وزارة الطاقة.
Tell you what.
وزارة الطاقة.
Have you ever heard حكيت عمو عبد الله لما عزبناكم في الموضوع هذا وبعدين خلصت القعدة. Have you ever heard about consultation firms?
PwC صح؟
The PwCs, the KPMGs, the Ernest Young's EYs, the Deloitte's.
صاحبي فريش جراد ما شاء الله عليه، تخرج من كندا وهلا شغال مع PwC as a consultant.
All these companies, big four or the big three consultation groups, they require engineers بشكل عام. So عندهم two routes actually. عندهم اتوقع شيء اسمه strategic consultation وعندهم شيء شيء ثاني نسيت شو اسمه. الزبده it's for accountants.
ايوه my friend told me انه it's an accounting firm.
هو the main thing it's an account, so it's a consultation company, consultants. في two routes. في route الكونسلتنج من خلال الاكاونتنسي اللي هن بيعملوا اوديتنج ما اوديتنج وهالاشياء.
أيوة.
اوكي وبيدققوا على قوائمك الماليه على فواتيرك على مدري ايش وعندهم استراتيجيك كونسلتيشن اللي هذا بيكون ايش؟ لا بيروحوا عن كومبانيز من الاخر مثلا ماكله هوا. they're not making a lot of revenue, they're not making a lot of profit, عم يدحدروا لتحت. شو بيعملوا؟ بيجيبوا لهم consultants in that industry اللي الكومباني اللي ماكله هوا فيها وبيعيدوا structure of the whole company. مثلا خليني اعطيك example. خالد عنده شركه صغيره اسمها يوتوبيا. he's selling clothes. صار لك خلينا في الماركت for a long time. You're not a startup anymore. صار لك long time. You made revenue. ما شاء الله عليك عم تعمل ارباح. وضعك سمبتيك. فجأة لا سمح الله for reasons انت ما بتعرفها as a CEO بدأت تدحدر. Your profit is going down and down and down. You're breaking even and just barely breaking even. You know what breaking even means, صح? Okay. فجأة بتقول FML. Fuck my life. I want to go hire a consultation company to tell me what can I do ويساعدوني. بدي على PwC ومثلا خلينا نقول فيصل شغال فيها. فيصل بدي اعزمك تشوف عنا الكومباني بلا بلا احنا شركتنا اسمها هيك وانا هعرفك على الديبارتمنتس كلها بدي اشوف your analysis. فيصل بيجيب التيم تبعه في bunch of consultants. All these consultants are called strategic consultants. Strategic consultants most of the time are all from technical majors. That meaning engineering majors, mathematicians او يعني ناس دارسين علميا شوي. Most of the time are engineers I think. فبنروح we analyze your company من ألف إلى الياء. بنشوف your marketing team, your sales team, your production team, your everything. بصير بنفهم نقعد شهرين فقط بنحلل شركتك من ألف إلى الياء. بصير نفهمها من ألف إلى الياء. وبعد ما نفهمها بيكون عندنا tools and ways of how to analyze the company. نقول لك والله يا خالد انت صار لك باخذ كل كمان الهيستوري الداتا تبعك. انت ب 2010 قد ايه عملت سيلز؟ انت قد ايه انفستد بهالبرودكتس؟ انت قديش وظفت؟ قديش طلع من عندك؟ قديش مدري شو؟ قد ايه امتى ناخذ كل شيء. afterwards نعطيك analysis report كامل. كابتن انت عندك ثغره هون، عندك ثغره هون عشان هيك صار هيك عشان هيك صار recommendation. Those are consultation firms. You make a lot of money with them. I think in Deloitte, one of fresh grad, an engineer. If you're an engineer, I think you start with 25,000 riyals per month. Any type of an engineer, petroleum, civil, mechanical, electrical, any type of engineer. Requirement is having an engineering degree. Literally, that's one of their requirements. Having a high GPA.
Wow.
Pure business, nothing to do with engineering. وهن ما حيعلموك كل شيء بس you're gonna learn a lot on the job.
Very interesting.
Yes. So the good thing about consultation firms is that if a person wants to go into that career, a lot of money, dynamic environment, meaning you don't really have a routine. شغلك is dependent on projects. شغلك شو يعني dependent on project? Your projects بتكون مثلا والله خالد هلا عندك you have a project انه to analyze this company اللي في تبوك. يلا روح. والله next project في الرياض عندك company. next project عندك في مكة تحلل عدد الناس اللي بدهم يعملوا عمرة. Oh yeah,
Really?
Deloitte, one of their projects, my friend was telling me, is
بيشتغل هناك.
بيشتغل مع Deloitte. One of his projects انه يشوف كم عدد اللي بده يعتمروا عشان resources، يشوف كم resources المفروض الدولة تحط وتكبر وما تكبر الحرم ابسط.
بيشتغلوا كمان مع الدولة.
Bro, Vision 2030 is done by a company called McKinsey.
سمعت عنهم كمان.
Consultation group. One of the best, if not the best.
Wow.
My point is these companies all work with the government.
Isn't that why they're like Fortune 500 ولا the Big Four ولا the Big Five صح؟
Yes.
Wow.
PIF, Public Investment Funds.
Yeah.
Do you think that every decision that they make is internally? Hell no. Do you think when they bought that football club was just internally? They have consultants. بيحللون الموضوع. انت اذا اشتريت WWE حتحطهم هلا وحتضلك تقسط فيهم لمدري امتى، بس حتطلع ريفينيوز هيك، بهالسنه حتطلع هيك، وهالسنه الريسك تبعك بس يمكن هون يصير هيك. يعطوهم الامر الواقع، بيحللون every single thing. and it's your shot يا CEO خالد. Do you do it or not? Do you bite or don't bite? That's it.
انت وينك من زمان؟ انت وينك من زمان؟ وين المخ هذا من زمان؟
That's consultation. To me, I had the opportunity.
انا عاجبني انك عم تمدح بالكونسلتنج بس you're not even
I'm not
working
even there. I'm not even there, so I'm not biased.
Okay. Yeah, that's my point.
أنا
That's my
بعطيك
point.
الموضوع هيك. I don't see myself in consultation. Why?
Really?
Not really. Let me rephrase. Let's rewind. I don't see myself in consultation right now. Right now. In consultation كل ما فهمت how a company عادي كله حيمر. How a company operates.
This is going wrong. كله
bro.
موجود. ما في نقص.
How a company operates من ألف إلى الياء كل ما عاد سنين في شركات تانية. خليني أبسط لك الموضوع أكثر. أنت عندك خلصت سنة، لسه شوي وتخلص سنة. خلينا نقول أنت جاك هلأ offer من consultation, one of the consultation groups. إذا رحت هنيك إن شاء الله يا رب. I'm not saying you won't succeed. بالعكس ما شاء الله ما مش ناقصك شيء. بس you will have a tougher road انك to do your job. Why? لانك
I have my experience in another field. In the construction field.
مو بس انك construction field. انت كتير niche something specific in your current job. ما عندك exposure برا شوي من this. What are you working on? AutoCAD and what else?
So basically, I started off as a drafter, architectural drafter.
Okay.
بعدين شوي my boss had more confidence in me. He started giving me a complete project.
Nice. ما شاء الله.
The whole design, he has the idea, and then
أنت تطبق.
I'll finish it off. Presentations, drawings, everything related to the project. So the industrial factory all by itself. شوي بعدين I started going to meetings with the clients. Every time we have a proposal with the project manager, we go to the meeting room and we talk it off with the client, the owner, what he likes, what he doesn't like. Is this option more you can say beneficial for the production line or not? Right now alhamdulillah لا لسه. Then after that كمان he gave me even a better role. I'm coordinating now the work with other disciplines, so not just architecture. Alhamdulillah now my boss told me last week and she wants me to go into quality control.
Nice.
But even the design, there's a specific quality that we're looking for by the standard of the office.
ISO مدري شو.
Exactly, know what we're going to work.
Yeah. very interesting, very nice. But see, like your experience is heavily
I agree.
into construction and
I agree.
design.
I agree.
أنا subhanallah, my experience is very different than yours. أنت you probably know more than me in construction now. I know my stuff theoretically, but أنت you have much experience. نزلت على السايت I've designed. I never done that stuff. I have more experience in manufacturing companies. دخلت في البرودكشن لاينز من برودكشن لاينز الدايركت كوست indirect cost الافشنسي كيف ترفعه كيف توطيه how to you penetrate your markets how to comply with international standards in the manufacturing process the quality management the all that stuff I've been into it which is not purely civil ف now I'm still trying to build my experience in that. So for one of these days لقدام ما بعرف امتى I could go into a consultation group يصيروا ياخذوني as a consultant in the manufacturing industry. شفت everything. اشتغلت a little bit quality. مش هلا عمول لك by then. اشتغلت a little bit quality. اشتغلت شوي in the business sector اني اشتغلت procurement شوي. اشتغلت quality. اشتغلت materials. اشتغلت sales. اشتغلت marketing. اشتغلت administrative. اشتغلت production. I know how to operate a full company, a full facility, manufacturing facility. So عندي الاكسبرتيز. So لما اشوف اروح الكومباني اقول له حبيبي انت عندك هون في غلطه، عندك هون في غلطه هون، طب اعطيني هالاشياء، عندك الدوكيومنتس هاي خليني let me take a look at. I'm trying to build that. اذا دخلت من هلا in a consultation group حيحطوني في one of these sectors ماني فاهم شيء ولازم كتير اشتغل كتير اقرا كتير اخش search which is not ideal for me.
طيب let me ask something else. Do you believe loyalty to one company for your entire life?
Great
Or
question.
for a long period of time? Whether do you believe in job hopping?
That's a great question. That's an amazing question. So it depends.
Okay.
It depends. What does it depend on? It depends on number one, the most important thing ever. Does the company appreciate me? Is the company invested in me? And is the environment a non-toxic environment? Basically, that's it. If it checks it, I'm all in.
Staying long term.
Oh yes. So once a wise man told me something.
Life said that.
You increase your salary in two ways. By jumping from a job to a job. And I'll comment on that. How?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Or by staying in the same company for a long time. How? By jumping from a job to a job. So no experience is an experience if it's less than 2 years. That's a rule of thumb. So after you complete 2 years, then you can listen and look for other job opportunities if you're not happy and for لا سمح الله. That's one. Number two, so how you jump from a job to a job. So إذا كان راتبك مثلا let's say 5000 ريال another وعد سنتين اجالك another job 7000 ريال تاخده تقعد سنتين 3 سنين جالك another job for 10000 ريال جالك جوب مرة فجأة شطح عليك واحد 15000 ريال بتروح وهكذا بيكبر السالري تبعك. الطريقة الأولى. الطريقة الثانية قاعد في شركة ما أول ما دخلت أنت فيها وعندك اكسبيرينس فيها قوي عندك الاكسبرتيز يعني كيف بدي أقول لك
Knowledge.
عندك الحركة أنك بدك تتعلم فبصير أنت جدا قوي في الشركة وبأنك قوي وشاطر الشركة حتشوفك إنه أوه شت خالد كتير شاطر ما بقدر أفرط فيه وعندك اكسبيرينس أنت قاعد طول وقتك في الشركة فأنت تفهم الشركة من الألف إلى الياء شفت المشاكل كلها وشفت الفيليرز كلها وشفت السكسسز كلها وشفت اللو دايز وشفت الهاي دايز وشفت العادي دايز شفت you saw everything فلحالك اوتوماتيكلي حتشوف حالك عم تكبر 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 خلاص. في طريقتين، وفي advantages and disadvantages for both ways. احيانا it's a disadvantage that you stay at the same company is that company is not a company is investing in you. الكومباني ما بدها تتطور، الكومباني خاص شايفه حالها بدها اقعد هون وعم تضيع سنين 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 في حياتك ما عم تتعلم شيء، وخاص صار شغلك روتيني ويعني لدرجه وجودك عدمه نفس الشيء. تكون انت حرام all your creative years عم تروح away، لما تكبر صار عمرك 40 50 سنه خلاص you want a stable life, you don't want to learn something new. Okay, let me rephrase that. You don't want to learn something from scratch anymore.
Exactly.
بدك خاصة stable life تتعلم اشياء صغيرة هيك ماشي الحال.
You know, I heard a nice quote بيقول لك from 20 to 30 don't stop learning.
انحك في الارض.
Don't stop learning.
Yeah.
From
30
to 40 ايش كانت يا الله خرب الكوت. المهم لما توصل عن 40 just do something you're good at. Do something you're good at.
Totally agree, man. I totally agree with you 100%.
طيب اوكي عشان ما نطول الفيديو كثير just one last thing. My channel الحمد لله ان انا حاسس ان هي فاتحة انا اصلا for younger خالد. You know خالد متوسط خالد ثانوي. فأنا always wanted like a bigger brother ولا someone older than me إنه يعطيني النصيحة.
Yeah.
طيب. for the viewers إيش في نصيحة تنصح المتوسط أو الثانوي؟ إيش في نصيحة بتنصح طلاب الجامعة؟ وإيش في نصيحة بتنصح حد لما يتخرج؟ Let's start الأصغر اللي هم الثانوي اللي حيدخل الجامعة. إيش في نصيحة one major advice؟
Major advice for الثانوي focus on the subjects that are important to you. Who don't go for the easy and shortcut, just studying في القدرات والتحصيلي. Because yes في ثغرة في السيستم للأسف إنه في بعض الناس وخاص بس اللي بياخذوا من المدرسة 20% عشان نقف الجامعة. شو بدي خليني أركز على القدرات والتحصيلي وبشتري لي هالكتب بروح على الدورات I'm good تجميعات السلام عليكم. Yes you will get in the university بس دخولك لليونيفرسيتي حتشوف نفسك انت ضعيف جدا في اساسيات للاسف.
اوكي فالمدرسة focus on subjects on every subject.
On every subject عندك ميول له. وادرس عن حب، حاول على الاقل صعبة هالكلمة بس حاول تدرس عن حب وليس كثير العلامات. لانه by the end of the day just 20% من هذا. فعن جد ادرس عن حب وعن تعلم مو عن انك تاخذ 10 من 10 او 100%. For the knowledge لانه حتستخدم هالنولج الاساسيه وحتساعدك كثير في الجامعه.
الحمد لله تخرج المدرسه دخل الجامعه. What advice would you give someone in university?
Don't listen to anyone about major selection. Don't listen to anyone. Do two things. Do what you love and you're passionate about. Number one, I'll say why. I'm not trying to be motivational at all. Number two, at the same time, do what you love and be passionate about it. At the same time, understand that there's a demand وطلب للشيء you're passionate about في المحل انت اللي حتشتغل فيه او تعيش فيه اللي هو مثلا كان في السعودية. اوكي انت مثلا this is just a very silly example. بتحب هوكي. You want to be حتى مش دراسة تعتبر بس just for simplicity. I want to be a professional hockey player. Do it. Okay بس هل في طلب وهل في opportunity في السعودية؟ Zero. So that's not very wise to do that. But at the same time كمان everyone is telling you for example to be a doctor or an engineer. وفي طلب في السعودية تمام. بس انت طول عمرك you weren't interested in physics or math and you had a hard time doing it. يمكن حتى you're not doing حتى ممكن عم تعمل كثير منيح فيه actually. عم تجيب علامات قوية بس it bores you. So don't do it. ليه؟ مش على اساس انه تزعل لانه لا قدام لما تشتغل اوكي ممكن تعدي الجامعة وممكن تجيب جي بي اي رهيب في الجامعة بس لما تشتغل عشان تكون انت شو بدي اقول لك
excel.
not only to excelling you might be okay doing your job but you're just going to be an ordinary employee. You'll never have the passion, the urge, the
bare minimum
creativity
and go
and
back.
بدي اطلع because they're already freaking boring. عرفت؟
But this is advice isn't for school. Focus on the subject that you love.
Yep.
University, pick the major that you're interested in and has a demand.
Yes, in the place that you're living. So has a demand. ممكن يكون في demand في السعودية بس ما يكون في demand في أمريكا أو العكس.
Okay.
أو العكس.
Got it. طيب الحمد لله اتخرج من الجامعة and he's a graduate.
Okay.
One advice.
The last advice لما تتخرج من الجامعة إذا عنده bachelor's degree don't ever think تعلمي خلص دراستي خلصت
يا الله.
أحرق كتبي
يا
I hate to break it to you التعلم الصحيح just began now all that stuff throw it in the garbage so go for an industrial professional certifications
Okay.
like PMP CIPP CIMP وشو كمان
في السيفتي في
اوشا
أيوة.
ايوش
أيوة.
ايزو نيبوش
نيبوش certificates.
certificate so yeah those help a lot if you want to do a master's degree do it I personally think you shouldn't do it if you have less than 2 years experience minimum وكل ما اخرتها كان so لا تأخرها كتير ولا تبكرها كتير so the minimum تعملها at least لما عندك 2 years experience maximum لما يكون عندك 7 to 8 years experience تعمل a master's degree.
تعرف fun fact واحد من صحابي I was stalking his father طيب فاكتشفت انه his father after graduating by 2 or 3 years عمل ماستر في البلد اللي هو فيه بعدين ما شاء الله عليه he got in a great job اشتغل في وين في I think Microsoft
اوكي ان شاء الله
وظل شغال هناك like 15 20 years and then again he did a master's in Switzerland فمرة عمله in his home country and then again after like 15 20 years in Switzerland.
That's ما شاء الله impressive. This is really impressive but I'm not shocked because if you're very active on LinkedIn there are a lot of successful people that have 3 and 4 master's degrees.
You know that was actually an MBA and again another MBA.
في ناس هيك literally yes. Do you know why? And that proves my point. Some people think كان من زمان المعتقد القديم انه كل ما كان عندي شهادات اعلى بطلع فلوس اكثر بكون انا اذكى. هذا الكلام مش غلط ولا صح. It's in the middle. فشو اسمه most probably what happened with him اخذ master's degree too early. امتى early ما بعرف. ترى اللي قلت لك اياه بعد 2 years و5 سنين او 7 سنين هذا just يعني an approximation كل واحد his intelligence and the exposure اللي عنده اياه والشغل اللي اشتغله يعني depends ف most probably he got a master's degree ولسه كان ما عنده enough exposure experience انه استفاد من الام بي اي تبعيته يعني باي اند اخذها وعلقها وقال ما استفدت كثير بعد ما اشتغل كل هالسنوات كثير صار عنده questions وتساؤلات بده يفهمها أكثر went for an MBA.
Okay.
Went for an MBA. So that's why they say أصلاً بعض أصلاً الدول أو الجامعات بيقولوا لك minimum experience مثلا MBA مثلا 5 years. I know a lot of it is the way they teach it ترى some universities a lot of it is very different the way they teach you in bachelor's degree. Yes في books yes في homeworks بس ترى التركيز أكتر in discussions in reports in presentations in situational incidents that happen with you at a daily working life environment day. Yeah. I might do an MBA بعدين لقدام. بعدين though very
نعملها مع
بعدين.
بعض انا وياك.
قدام let's do it man.
والله جد؟
والله قدام.
خلاص استناني سنة ونص بس.
بستناك سنتين حتى.
خلاص. إن شاء الله. والله أنا يعني إن شاء الله بإذن الله.
I highly recommend you do that. But my last advice for you: continue your job, work hard at it, finish it, and while you're at the job, listen to other offers. هذا لا يعني انك انت شغال وعندك 2 years for sure ما شاء الله you're locked in انك ما بتقدر تسمع other offers. وبما انك you're a building engineer, that doesn't mean you have to stick in the building engineering positions. Not at all. Look at consultation groups, look at oil and gas service companies, look at industrial engineering شو اسمه positions اللي زي process engineer, production engineer, كل هالاشياء. look at يعني في بحر كبير. as long as look at the business majors. هلا خلينا اذا يمكن طولنا كثير.
ساعة وشوي.
The major I think is booming here in Saudi, or at least will about to boom. Oh,
AI.
AI.
تعرف this is a true story. كمان فيك تقول انه شوي غش بس this is a true story.
Chat GPT.
لا صاحبي جاري في الشقة القديمة أول ما جيت دخل في الأردن renewable energy engineering أو
موجود التخصص في البترول ترى.
والله
ماسترز yeah.
فكان عبد الشغل انجينيرنج طاقة، مهندس الطاقة هيك شيء. طيب جوز خالته كان شغال في أرامكو. قال له اسمع غير تخصصك ل AI. ووقتها لا كان في AI ولا في أي شيء، كان بس في VR و augmented reality، ما في AI حتى. حلو. فالولد وكمان this is an engineering and this is a science.
Two different.
Yeah. فسألني قال لي خالد ايش رايك؟ انا في هندسه بس جوز خالتي شغال بارامكو.
عم ينصحني.
اقول لي ادخل AI. قلت له انا look honestly انا I'm an engineering guy. انا this is my field, this is my family.
So I'll be biased.
Exactly. انا قلت لك خليك engineering. في النهايه مهندس واسمك مش مهندس. سمع كلام جوز خالته دخل AI. بعد بسنه رؤية 2030 AI chat GPT ما بعرف ايش.
On TikTok كنت عم شوف بس I'm going through it. عم يطلع the average salary of a software engineer في أمريكا وفي دبي. اسمع رواتب تخوف. Bro, they don't have much experience. عم لك 4 or 5 years. رواتب بتخوف. So that again proves my point. You're a civil engineer, building engineer, mechanical engineer. That does not make it. Does not mean you should stick to your major, especially if you're not very passionate about it. And you're a business guy. You have fun doing it. So why not make money while you're having fun at something? You know. And by the end of the day, I قلتك أنت باش مهندس. You're still an engineer. Why not يعني combine the two? This is how I sell myself, to be honest.
This is how
I sell myself.
Okay.
أنا to companies. A little bit of both. أنا ماني pure business guy. So بفهم engineering, بفهم technicality. أنا مهندس. وماني كمان your typical Filipino nerd on a computer, you know. Hey, no offense to Filipinos. I love Filipinos. You know. I'm a little of both. بقدر ألعب شوي هون بقدر ألعب شوي هون ممكن ألعب شوي. yeah.
والله شكرا فيصل.
أهلا وسهلا. It's very long. طولنا عليك. My apologies. But it was really really fun. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. الله يعطيك العافية.
ريلاكس. احنا مش في تلفزيون السعودية.
Who's next though?
صح سكتني. مين برايك نجيب for next episode؟
تيسير
أخوك؟
أخوي.
والله؟
Yes.
أنا حاطه في الليست.
I
حطه في الليست بعدك.
I think he'll be a great candidate to talk to speak
Please.
about his career.
اي والله اي والله.
Because he worked very hard to reach where he is now, and he's very experienced in the industry.